up, YouTube? It's your girl KJ, and I'm back with another story time video.
Ay, say, nigga, I don't wanna talk. Meet me at the bank, show me what you really bout. Niggas ain't real when the shit really count. That's why I keep my little cat in they mouth. Say, bitch, I don't got a cap. Everything I talk, yeah, I really did that. If you won't be.
So, I'm gonna tell you guys how I recently went through my first heartbreak. It was some shit patch, but anyway, so and it's so crazy. Well, let me not skip no parts. Okay, so basically I met this boy or whatever. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna leave out him. We're gonna call him what we gonna call him, Milan?
We're gonna call him Boy A.
We're gonna call him, no, that's too long.
We're gonna call him Boy.
We're gonna call him Boy. No, because I don't want to say we gotta go. I met V or whatever last year, like maybe right after my 19th birthday, and basically he was just like, I met him through Facebook. You know, nowadays that's where everybody meet their little lovers, Facebook, some form of social media. So basically I met him through Facebook and whatever, and I don't usually be like linking up with people like on Facebook. I be like skeptical because it's like you never know anybody's true intentions. But yeah, he was just like, come over, let's watch a movie, da 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 da. I'm not on none of that. So I was like, alright, cool, let's see, whatever. Now, at the time, I was being a little fast. At the time, I was being a little fast, you feel me? Because I had just lost my virginity and stuff like that. So, you know, I was like, okay, cool. So I pulled up on him, we watched a movie, we went to sleep. I wound up falling asleep because I'm an early bird. If you know me, I'm always the first one out. So, yeah, I wound up falling asleep, whatever, woke up the next morning. So yeah, then, you know, the next morning we had sex or whatever. Anyway, now like I said, at the time I was fast, you feel me? So I was just going one night stand his ass. But then, you know, after I went home or whatever, he hit me up the same day, asked me to come back over and spend the night. So then, I kid y'all not, like maybe like the third night, because I spent the night 3 nights in a row. And I kid y'all not, the third night I spent the night, I met his parents, because I guess his mom had seen me leaving one morning, and she was kind of like already assumed that we were in a relationship. I don't know if, well, I can't say she assumed because I don't know if he told her that. So, you know, he was telling me like, when I had already got there, like, oh, my mom want to meet you, da-da-da, because she seen you leave. So I'm like, damn, you know, I can't come, you know, in their house and not speak. So, you know, I'm going to have to say something to her. And the 2 previous times that I came over, she wasn't anywhere in sight to where, like, you know, it required me to speak. So, you know, his room was right next to hers. So as I walked to his room, I had to pass hers, and her door was open, and she was sitting on her bed. So, you know, I went in the room, I introduced myself, we talked, and I met his stepdad, and stuff, and I talked to them. So then, you know, we just hung out, and then, you know, she thought I was pretty and things and such, and she just started calling me daughter-in-law, and I was like, oh, shit. I'm in a whole relationship I didn't even know about. So I just kind of went with the flow because I didn't want to make it awkward, or if I didn't know if his mom was strict and it was like only girlfriends can be over type of rule or something like that. So I kind of just like went with the flow, you feel me? Whatever. So then like basically V has a child. He has a child, you feel me? He got one of those dumbass baby mamas. So she's like one of those controlling ones, like, oh, if you don't do what she says, you can't see your child, and da 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 da, all that weirdo shit. Now it's so crazy because it's like at the beginning, before the relationship even started, and it's so crazy. I should have my friend Milan come in the camera because she was here to witness this. Like, this nigga was a liar from the jump, you feel me? And I don't want to sit here and like try to down talk him like he's some evil ass person, but he's a weirdo. So like basically like during us talking or whatever, he would like entertain other females and things and such. So Milan, come in the camera. Slide in his hole. Alright, so boom, I have to bring her in because she was there to witness it, you feel me? So it was kind of like, we seen the sign from the jump, but you know, we females, when we really like somebody, we kind of like tend to push their negatives to the side to try to find their positives. So I kid y'all not, like, he just was always acting funny about his phone. So one day he let Milan go through his phone. He wouldn't let me, but he let her or whatever. So she kind of like got his phone, and we were in the car, and we had locked him outside the car so that we could go through his phone. And it was a couple females that we had issues with already, like basically like with him claiming they weren't nothing, but the girls were thinking they were something because of what he was telling them. So, you know, yeah, speak your part.
Yeah, like I went through his phone and it was just like, oh, she almost fell. I went through his phone and I was amazed because it's like, damn, you could really sit up in her face all day, every day and be tripping about what she do. But it's like the whole time you doing your own thing, like females calling you daddy and all this other stuff, like you telling females to come over, like just hella shit. Like you want females to lay in the same bed that she be laying in,
right?
Like that shit just hella weird. And then like he getting mad at her for being mad. Like, how you mad because you got caught cheating? Like,
right, and it was more hurtful because it was like the same shit he was calling me, he was calling them. You feel me? So it's like, it just kind of made it seem like, damn, you know,
like
that's kind of grimy.
Just come up with a new name.
Right. But anyway, scoot.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was just like, you feel me? But I felt like we never had a talk on saying like where we were gonna go, what we were working on. So after we sat down and had a talk, I pushed that to the side. You feel me? I let that be like, oh, it happened. We weren't even dating. I basically came up with an excuse for him. So throughout us dating, like things were pretty good for the first 2 months. Like I was like falling in love. You feel me? Because at the time, like I said, I had just became a non-virgin. So it's like, I feel like when you're always with someone like damn near every day, because we literally live like 5 minutes apart, no cap. Like it took me less than 5 minutes to get to his house. So I feel like when you're with somebody every day and you guys are consistently having sex and then you guys are doing new things together, you feel me? Because like I said, I wasn't that sexually advanced. I had never even gave head before or nothing of that nature. I feel like you grow stronger fast. And it was like, that was my first relationship, you feel me, in adulthood. I don't count anything before the age of 18. But that was my first relationship in adulthood where like I'm around him, you know, I was around his daughter and stuff like that. She is so pretty, innocent little girl, and stuff like that. So it was just like, it was all new to me. And I felt like I let myself get way too deeply involved. I really did. But we went through so much together, you feel me? Like his stepdad passed away during our relationship. He had an uncle, I believe, that passed away. His homeboy passed away on his birthday. Just like different little things, and we always winded up getting over them. But I really should have left him alone 2 months into the relationship because I had found out he was cheating on me. And it was like, that changed everything because it was like, the way I went about it wasn't correct. You know, I have a large following on Facebook. And when I found out he was cheating because he had a second phone that I didn't know about and it didn't have a passcode on it and I found it by accident. Once I found out he was cheating, I was like, I went on live, Facebook Live, crying and arguing with him and just doing the whole most being the emotional female that we can be. And yeah, and it racked up a lot of views. I think it was like 4,000. It was at like 4,000 views in the first night before I took it down. It was just like super crazy. Like I was just like really heartbroken. And then after that, he tried to kill himself. But I feel like he's one of those dudes that's manipulative. Like he does things like that to get you to come back. Because when he did that, you know, his mom contacted me and stuff. And then next thing you know, a couple days later, we were back in a relationship. Kept happening every couple months. I was finding out that he was cheating. We would fall off and get back together. And then the worst part was when we were together, but it was the principle of that we were on a break, and I kid you not, the night before this happened, he had called my best friend because I had him blocked at the time, and he wanted to talk to me because he really wanted to work on things. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll think about it and I'll let you know. Now the next day we happened to be in the area of where he lived, so I was like, okay, let's just pop up over here because I know he's home because he's from Chicago and he doesn't really have any family in Vegas or friends, so he's always home when he's not at work. So I was like, okay, boom, let's hop up over there. So we go over there, and of course his grandma just lets me in because, you feel me, his family, they know me very well at this point. We've been together for like 5+ months at this point. I kid you not, I'm talking to his grandma in the living room. Now he lives in an apartment. So I was talking to his grandma in the living room, and I kid you not, from the living room you could see the front door of his bedroom. So my best friend walked over and she opened his room door and she said, oh, and then she closed it fast as fuck. So I looked up at her and I was like, what? And she was just standing there staring at me like she seen a ghost. So I'm like, what? I'm thinking she seen him naked or something. So I walk over to her. You feel me? I walk over to her and I'm like, what? She's pulling the door closed like she does not want me to open the door. So I'm like, what? So I kind of like push the door open and she's still holding on to the knob. And I see a girl laid in the bed with him, bitch. Bitch, this was the day. This was the day. And it's so crazy because I used to talk shit about females that went through this type of shit. And it was like, damn, I'm in the same predicament as them. So I instantly started going off. He woke up. She woke up. I'm screaming. I'm yelling. I'm shaking. Like, I don't think I've ever been this mad. Like, I'm punching holes in the wall. Well, I didn't punch holes in the wall. I punched the wall or I like did this to the wall. I like jabbed the wall and put a hole in it by his bedroom door. Basically, like, I woke both of them up, you know, from yelling. And like I said, I had put a dent in the door and I put a hole in the wall. So now at this point, I'm like losing, like I'm screaming and crying at the same time because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm telling the bitch, like, you gotta get up and get out, bitch. Like, get the fuck out. So, you feel me? My best friend standing next to me. She waiting on me to give her to go. You feel me? But I'm the type of female where I'm not finna place no blame on no female. I know what the nigga was doing. You feel me? So, I'm gonna handle him accordingly, but I'm not finna handle him in front of her. Because I don't never want, like, another female to see me tripping over a nigga. That's why whenever he was cheating or anything that he was doing anything that he wasn't supposed to do, I never addressed the female. I always addressed him. Because, bitch, I'm not in no relationship with her. She doesn't owe me any loyalty. You feel me? This is me and your relationship. So, you feel me? So she got up. She's getting dressed like hella fast because she didn't have any pants on. So she's getting dressed and I'm just screaming, like pacing back and forth, just waiting on her. I'm like, hurry up, bitch, get out. So then he kind of like trapped her in the room because he thought I was going to hit her on her way out. Which originally I was going to beat the shit out this girl. But I'm like, I don't even want to do that because at the end of the day, that's disrespecting his mom's household. And you feel me? That's disrespecting his grandma. And then his grandma probably would have called the police and I wasn't finna go to jail over no dumb shit. Definitely not over no nigga. So, you feel me? I'm like, let her out. I'm like, bitch, come on, get out. What the fuck? So then he kind of like stands in front of me and goes like this so that she can kind of like walk behind him towards the front door. So she leaves. So I'm just like, really, my nigga? So this nigga, instead of just automatically apologizing, this nigga looks at his grandma and say, why the fuck would you let them in when you know I had company? So that instantly pisses me off because even more. Because I'm like, the fuck you mean, damn, like, bitch, we've been in a relationship on and off for how long? The fuck you mean don't let us in? The fuck does she's gonna let us in? We've been around. So, you feel me? Me and my best friend in the room both going off on him. And it's like, I know that it's irritating, like, when a girl's best friend is involved. But at the end of the day, she had every right to be involved in that situation because she witnessed the shit before I even seen it. So we basically like both arguing him. I'm crying. My best friend just talking to him like, really, my nigga, do you really think this was a smart decision? Blah, 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 blah. Like, basically trying to get him to see, like, nigga, this is what you're doing to her. So at this point, now in the past, I had one of my brothers, which is my best friend's, well, that's her ex-boyfriend now, but one of my brothers tried to fight him in the past, back when I called him cheating before he tried to kill himself. Now, you feel me? Now, at this point, she's like arguing with him and she's like, bitch, I'll get my boyfriend to beat your ass. Da-da-da-da. They're not dating anymore, but this is like at the time. So She's like, bitch, I'll get my boyfriend to beat your ass. You didn't want to fight him last time, did it? So I'm telling her to chill out because at the end of the day, your boyfriend is my brother. So it's going to make the situation awkward. And then next thing I know, when I say she was so mad, she started whipping him with an iPhone charger. I mean, she was like whipping him in his face and across his body. She gave his ass welts. My nigga, like she just full blown like lost it and started just whipping his ass with the charger. Like I had to grab her off of him because I'm like, bitch, stop before he like really cock back and like stalk your ass. Then it's just gonna open up a whole new can of worms. So then after that, me and him kind of like had a one-on-one talk while she was sitting in the living room, and we basically was just like, okay, we're gonna work on things because at the time we weren't dating or even talking, but it's still the principle at that the night before you were just trying to get me back. So how is it not even 24 hours later, you're in a bed with another bitch in a bed that I lay my head in at least 5 days out of the week? You feel me? So it's like the shit just was disrespectful. And then after that, we got back together. Things were still kind of rocky, but we were still around each other consistently. You feel me? I was still around his daughter, etc. And still around the family, going to family events, the whole nine. And then in December, I will never forget because it was 2 days before Christmas. And this shit broke my heart. The same female that we caught him in the bed with months prior. Now, at the time, me and him weren't dating, but we were like heavily talking. Like, we didn't know what we were doing, but we were still around each other, still acting as if we were in a relationship, still going on dates, doing the whole nine. You feel me? But apparently somewhere down the timeline, he got into a relationship with her. Mind that I don't even know any of this. So, you feel me? If you're dating somebody and you've been around, you're comfortable enough to come to their house unannounced, right? Right. So, I happened to be over there. I just spent the whole day with him that day. He gave me head, all that. We didn't have sex, but he did give me head. He did give me oral. So, as I'm getting ready to leave, I peeped something weird was going on because I went to use the bathroom and the girl had came and rung the doorbell. Now, I heard him walk out of his room. Mind that he lives in an apartment. It's very small, so it's like you can hear everything. I heard him walk out of his room and ask his grandma who was at the front door. I heard her say the girl's name. But so I'm in the bathroom thinking, because at the time I was taking a piss. So I'm in the bathroom thinking I'm like, that name doesn't sound familiar. That doesn't sound like one of his aunts. So I'm like, who the hell is that? So I think nothing of it. Now, I don't know if he had a discussion with her or whatever. When I come out the bathroom, he's in the room. So I asked him, I said, oh, who was that at the front door? You know, all casual. He was like, oh, I don't know, someone from my grandma. So I'm like, oh, all right, bet. So in my head, I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's automatically some weird shit going on. You feel me? Because I heard him ask her who it was. So he knows who it is. But he told me he didn't. So I'm like, let me just get myself and go home before anything happens. So about 15 minutes later, I'm walking out of the room. Well, he walks out first, and I'm walking out behind him. I see the girl walking out the front door. His grandma is like getting her out of the front door. It was also like they was like being masterminds type shit. Like they was working together. So I was just pissed. So I didn't say nothing, but he hurried up and turned around and grabbed me and went back in the room. He's like, I gotta tell you something. So then we go back in the room and I'm like, what's up? I'm like, what you gotta tell me? He just looking at me. I was like, bro, you're gonna piss me off if you don't sit up here and tell me and don't lie. So he was just staring at me like was scared to say it. So I asked him, I said, V, I said, who was that at the front door? And don't lie because I heard you ask your grandma. So then he was like, it's this girl. I used to talk, this girl. And I'm like, okay, who is this girl? So he didn't say nothing. So like 2 minutes of silence go by. I said, is it the same girl that we just caught you in the bed with a couple months ago? And he was just like, why does that matter, Kay? Why does that matter? I said, answer the question, my nigga. And he didn't answer it. So I just automatically, or no, he said yeah, but he like mumbled it. He was like, yeah. And then I just bust out crying. And I was like, I can't believe this shit, my nigga. You, first of all, you disrespectful as fuck because you got me in this house laying in your room while the bitch just sitting there in the living room. Because the bitch was there for like a good 30 minutes. And I didn't even know the whole time I'm in the room. You feel me? He got me in the room and her in the living room. So I just started crying at this point. When I said I was so pissed off, I do not get my mom involved in my drama. You feel me? Because we're young. My mom's a whole ass, grown ass woman who has way more important shit to be worried about than her teenage, at the time because I was a teenager, than her teenage daughter. Well, I was grown, but I was 19. You feel me? So anyway, so I call my mom. I'm crying. Now, my mom's out of town. She's not even in Vegas at the time. So I'm like, Mom, I'm finna go to jail. Like, crying. Like, I was having a mental breakdown, my nigga. So I'm like literally crying. And my mom's like, what's going on? And I'm telling her, I'm like, this nigga did me dirty. So then I put it on speaker because I'm looking for my keys because I had lost my keys and it was dark. He didn't have the light on in his room. So my mom was just going out. She's like, I don't know why you keep being around fucking people who already fucked you over once. They're no good. Like my mom was just talking her shit. She was like, you need to leave. And she was like, keep your fucking hands to yourself because she was like, it's 2 days before Christmas. I spent all my money on you guys' gifts. I don't have money to bail you out. You will sit in there because it's a holiday. Like my mom just basically going off telling me to make the right decision. And once I found my keys, you feel me, I'm like still just crying at this point. He was just standing there like, and it was like the look in his face was like he really didn't give a fuck. You feel me? So that shit made me snap. Like I just dropped my phone. My mom's still on the phone. And I'm just swinging on him like, I mean like straight like socking his ass. Like he fell into the closet. I think the closet broke or it came off the track. I don't know. I just heard the loud noise. And I'm like literally just punching him, like slapping him, like just screaming like, you bitch ass nigga. Da, da, da. And all you hear my mom, you feel me, I dropped the phone and it was on speaker. She's screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, she's like, stop. Like, you feel me? Because she doesn't know if I'm fighting the female or I'm fighting him. You feel me? But regardless, you feel me? I can go to jail for either or. So my mom was like screaming at the top of her lungs and then she hangs up because, you know, I'm not responding to her. So then I grab my shit and I'm walking out and then he stops me and then we start arguing again because I'm like, my nigga, like, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, bro, all the shit I did for you, you feel me? I sat there. All those days I sat in the hospital with your mom, watching her cry, you feel me, because your stepdad was dying. And just like all the stuff I was there for, you cheated on me how many times? I put food on the table when you didn't have the funds, you feel me? And just all kind of shit. Like, I held him down in the most possible way. And the only thing I did wrong throughout the whole relationship was when we got into it, I put our business on social media because you feel me, this was my first relationship and I didn't know how to take that shit. But prior to that, I felt like he shouldn't have even held on to that because of the simple fact that, nigga, you cheated on me when I was perfectly innocent. We weren't having no issues and you felt like it was okay to cheat. So that shit, like that whole situation had me heartbroken, my nigga. Like, I was not eating, I was not sleeping, like I didn't even want to do anything. I just wanted to lay in the bed and just like never get up again. Like that shit had me heartbroken to the point where like it was just unbelievable because I'm like, damn, you know, I never even did any of this with anybody. So it was just like I was feeling all the kind of emotions that I couldn't even control. And it was just like a whole new type of feeling for me. It was like, it's just like words can't even bear. You don't know, you ain't never been hurt, my nigga, if like somebody did something to you and it had you like on your knees like crying to God like, why is this happening to me? Take this feeling away type shit. Like that shit had me just like, it remolded my whole mindset of like how relationships work because it's like so many people, most of the population are just not faithful, not loyal, like, and it just made me be like, damn, like, this dating shit ain't for me. It's not. Because, you know, when I went through the whole heartbreak and I was like crying to my mom and crying to my aunt told me, you're gonna go through so many heartbreaks before you find the right one. And I'm like, that one damn near killed me, like, type shit. Like, it had me on my knees crying to God to take me off this earth. Like, that's a whole nother type of pain, you feel me? And dudes really don't even understand that. So I'm like, damn, you telling me I might have to go through this 3, 4, 5, 6 times before I find somebody that's for me? Hell nah. Baby, I will stay at HOE until I DIE, period. Because I am not doing it. Like, I just can't. And it's so annoying because I'm the type of female, like, I like to be to one person. I want to sleep with the same person every night. I want to be under the same person. I want to cook for the same person. I want to buy video games, play video games, because I'm a gamer myself with the same person. You feel me? But it's like, damn, it's just like people want to be in polygamies and motherfuckers want to have threesomes, and it's just like, ugh, none of that shit fits me. It really doesn't, and it sucks. But you know, that's crazy to think that was only last year. And it's crazy because I'm still getting over it to this day. Like, there's times, like the most random times, he'll like pop up in my brain and I'd be like, damn, like I could like feel myself like laying on him type shit. And I'm like, this shit is gonna take so long to like completely just wash out of my memory, and it's so annoying because it's like somebody who did that to me doesn't even deserve the time of day to be in my thought process, you feel me? So it's just a little annoying, but I'll get through it and all that good stuff or whatever. But I want to thank you guys for taking the time out your day to listen to my story time. You guys already know what the deal is. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that. You know, tell me how you got over your heartbreak. Boom. Y'all probably could give me some advice. I know it's a couple adults that watch my YouTube channel, even though I ain't got that many subscribers. Maybe there's some advice you could give me. Maybe there's something I did wrong that you could kind of check me on. Let me know down below. Okay, I'm done.
Ay, say, nigga, I don't wanna talk. Meet me at the bank, show me what you really bout. Niggas ain't real when the shit really count. That's why I keep my little cat in they mouth. Say, bitch, I don't got a cap. Everything I talk, yeah, I really did that. If you won't be